have any advice on working the business side of herbalism?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, Mr. HerbRally. I guess I do. You know, it's a difficult thing. It's a very difficult thing. And when I was first starting in herbalism, the chances of ever making it financially were virtually nil. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, it wasn't really something you could ever be an herbalist. Very, very radical decision to make. Nowadays, you see some people that seem to be making money on herbalism. The thing is that herbalism is such a varied word. I mean, there's so many things going on here. You could be making products and selling them. You could be running a clinic. You could be teaching. You could be researching. You could be researching you could be researching famous herbalist books. Some people do things like that. You could be proofreading videos that contain herbal things on TV, herbal references, all that kind of stuff you could be doing. I think the answer here is, one, you're probably going to be self-employed, or you're either going to be self-employed or you're going to be hired by somebody else. If you're hired by somebody else, well, that's different. But if you're self-employed, I've had a lot of beginning herbalists come to me and say, you know, it's really difficult for us as herbalists. We got to work all the time. Hardly ever have any time off to try to make money. And well, that's that way starting a business in general. A lot of it is just plain old starting a business. You're going to have a lot of time and a little bit of money coming back. It's going to be tricky. So that's just standard business advice. But when it comes to herbalism, I would really not put all your eggs in one basket, right? Don't put all the different herbs into one tincture at once. Keep them in different jars at first and mix them as you have to go. In other words, don't just teach if you're teaching. Do a little bit of everything. Yes. Do a little bit of everything so that when the teaching isn't happening, your sales at the festivals are happening. And when that isn't happening, maybe you're giving some online teaching. And when that isn't happening, maybe you got some other herbal gig going on. These are the things that I would consider doing.